All right. Here we are. What's up, everyone? My name is Jauz. We are here at my little studio setup. I know you can't see much of it. You can see a little keyboard over here. But this is where I make all my music. And I'm here today to talk about uh, Demo Roulette, which is the new stream concept we came up with in partnership with Discord. Um, but first off, if you're watching this video and you don't know who I am and you don't know what this is all about, like I said, my name is Jauz. I'm a music producer, DJ, um, and I've always wanted to do streams, both for gaming. I've been a gamer since I was 6 years old, I think, something like that. But also for music, because as much as I love video games, I definitely know more about music and making music. I've been producing electronic music for almost 11 years now, maybe 12 years. And I'm pretty decent at it considering what I get to do with my life, I think. So I figured that I wanted to come up with a way to, help impart some sort of, information or educational experience to kids who were probably or are probably like me, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, even 3 or 4 years ago, and now, because I'm always trying to learn new stuff. But I feel like I've probably gathered enough information that I, can help someone who's, you know, just started producing, or even if you haven't just started producing and you're trying to learn more. Um, Hopefully, through Demo Roulette and the other music streams I'm going to do, you can learn something new. Now, what is Demo Roulette? It's a concept I came up with. I don't really know if anyone's doing anything like it yet, and I think it's going to be really cool. So, Demo Roulette is it's not a contest. It's just a weekly, bi-weekly. I think it's going to be bi-weekly, so once every 2 weeks. Stream I'm going to do on Mondays, where you guys send in projects that you're working on, and I completely blind, which is where the roulette part of Demo Roulette comes in. Um, we'll go into your project and I'll work on it as if I'm working on the project with you, as if we are collaborating. So, whether that means helping the mix get a little bit cleaner and louder, whether that means changing synths, adding samples, working on effects and, how you're using VSTs, plugins, whatever. And just hopefully be able to improve the track and, comment on what I like about it, what I don't like about it, where I think things could be improved, whatever. I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be really cool. I've never really done anything like this, but I've growing up working with people all the time. From when I was 15, my group of friends and I would always just go home after school and work together on music, or going to Icon and working at tables with 5, 10 different people at a time and bouncing ideas off of each other. That's kind of what I want to replicate in some sort of way, but through the internet. And even if it's not your project that I'm going through, I'm sure watching my, thought process and how I'm attacking these different, problems or situations in these tracks will, teach you something that you might, even if you already know it, you might not really think about it, which is what happens to me a lot. I know a lot of things, but I don't really put them into practice all the time. And I'll look at, a project of, someone I'm friends with and I'm working on a track with them, or I'll watch a YouTube video or something, and someone will use something in a way that I already know what that thing is, but I don't use it in that way. And it totally changes how I work on music. So hopefully any number of those things can happen for you if you, watch along and hang out on Demo Roulette. Um, so Demo Roulette is going to be run through my Discord, which there will be a link for below. Um, and I'm going to be streaming it on Twitch. And like I said, it'll be live on Mondays, probably twice a month. But enough of me talking. Let's get into how you actually submit to Demo Roulette. So here we are. this is the splash page for Demo Roulette, as if I was going to, submit a track. And the first thing you'll see is guidelines. Files must be hosted via Dropbox, Box, WeTransfer, or Google Drive. Please don't use Google Drive. Please do not use Google Drive. It's so annoying. Like I said, I'm going to be going through all these projects blind. Literally, like when I start the stream, I will go through all of the different submissions and just click a link at random. I'm not going to listen to them beforehand. I'm not going to open them beforehand. So follow these guidelines and make sure that you have them all taken care of. But also importantly, Google Drive is a pain because a lot of times when you share a Google Drive link, the access is not granted to the person you're sending it to. So I'll open up the Drive link and it won't let me download anything. So if you want a higher probability of your song or your project being on the stream, use Box, Dropbox, WeTransfer. Personally, I use Box for just about everything. That's what I'll be using in this tutorial. Next, files must be on the newest version of Ableton. I produce on Ableton. I know Logic. I know Reason. I know Fruity Loops a little bit. I don't have any of them on my computer. And just for the purpose of this concept, I want to use Ableton and Ableton only because I want to really be able to make impacts on these projects and really, get into it and be in my, so to speak, comfort zone and really be able to elevate and, do things that are educational with these projects. So, if you work on another DAW, that's totally okay. I mean, there's a million different DAWs out there and none of them are better than the other. I just use Ableton and I really don't want to get projects that are just a bunch of stems dropped into Ableton because then it's basically like I'm mixing your song. I mean, if that's what you have to do and you really want to be on Double Roulette and you just download Ableton and put a bunch of stems in there that you bounced out from Logic, maybe I'll end up opening the project. You never know. But the most effective way for Demo Roulette to work is if they are projects that are made in Ableton, and specifically they need to be on the newest version of Ableton, because if you're not updated, and I am, and I'm always on the newest version of Ableton at any given time, and I work on your project and I save it and I send it back, you're not going to be able to open it. So that's more for you than it is for me, because Ableton is backwards compatible. Like I can open up older projects, but once I save them, they're going to be the newest file format. So just for you, try to make sure that you're on the newest Ableton. All right, let's move on. Must be collect all and saved so that all the samples, whatever, will be accessible. If you're familiar enough with producing and you've collaborated a couple times, you're probably very familiar with what that means. If not, that's okay. I'm going to go through it in one of my projects in a second. All channels must be frozen so that any plugins I might not have are still working, yada, 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 whatever. Same kind of thing. If you worked on Ableton for long enough, you know how to freeze the track. You might not. I didn't know about freezing tracks for a really long time, probably 3 or 4 or 5 years, just because I never really bothered. I was too busy watching YouTube tutorials of how to make Skrillex spaces to actually understand the fundamentals. So I get it. And again, I'll go through all of that stuff in a second. Please list all third-party plugins on project if possible. If you're using a million if you're using a million plugins that aren't Ableton stock, you don't have to write out every single one, but a couple main, like I'm using Serum Silent, Sound Toys, Fab Filter, whatever, or ones that you just think I might not have, like kind of obscure ones that you love and you use all the time. It would be nice to know that ahead of time. Label groups and channels. That's pretty straightforward. I personally actually don't label or group my channels I group a lot. I group actually a lot. They're like, especially with the new Ableton, I have groups within groups within groups. But I really don't label anything just because of how I work as a producer, just creatively. Taking the time to label and color things just doesn't work for me. But and that's totally okay if that's how you work too, but before you submit to Demo Roulette, just for my ability to work through the project faster, if I have to go solo every single thing and try to figure out what is making that sound, it's gonna detract from the stream as a whole. So trying to label everything and make it as easy to read as possible is going to be super, super helpful for me. And then the last bit, which is probably the most important for you, is notes about what you think could be improved with the song, what you're having trouble with, etc. Straightforward. If you think you're a sick sound designer, but you don't know how to mix that well, or you think your musicality could improve, or you need help with arrangement, or you have no idea about anything, just let me know. And if you have anything really specific, then I can focus on that while I'm working on the project. Well, I think that just about does it for that. So yeah, okay. So you're going to need your email address, pretty straightforward, Discord username, because what I would like to do is invite whoever's project I'm working on into a Discord chat so that you and I can talk about the song while I'm working on it, or maybe at the end of while I'm working on the project. And either way, the whole demo roulette is run through Discord. So we're going to have a huge chat room for it, and you can sit in there and people can comment and give me suggestions and whatever. And there's a ton of cool stuff we're going to be doing with Discord and music live streaming other than demo roulette. And the Discord is huge. We have like 2,000 people in the channel now, and it's a super awesome place to be. So you want to be there and hanging out anyways. Link to Ableton file, pretty straightforward. These are the questions that we were just talking about. So now let's go into my project. All right. So here we are in a random project of mine. If you hear some crackling or whatever, I don't really know what's going on, but when I turn on the sound so that you can hear the project that I'm working on, you might hear a little bit of graininess, but I'm new to streaming. We're still getting it all set up. I have it pretty good. It looks pretty good, to be fair. But yeah, so this is a new random project I'm working on. It's like kind of techie, housey, whatever. It's a pretty cool track. But the reason that I wanted to use this one is I started it a couple days ago. It's not super fleshed out. I have barely done any mixing. There's no master chain, nothing crazy. So this is probably closer to where your project should be when you send it to demo roulette. I don't want something that's completely finished and beautiful to be like, wow, like look at how sick my project is. Like I want to be able to help you, not just be like, okay, well, cool, this is a sick project, like congratulations. You know what I mean? So I guess we should take a listen, huh? So if you noticed, I already have everything frozen just so that you guys don't have to watch through all of that, but I'll get to it in a bit. Like the project sounds all right, but it's still not super mixed. It's still kind of rough, but you'll get the idea. Right, so you guys get the idea. It's a cool idea. I'm probably going to turn it into something. I'll probably finish it out. So I guess you got a teaser there. Spoiler alert. But I guess that's going to happen all the time if I'm doing music streams. But okay, so it's a project. It has an intro all the way over to here. Build up, drop, has even more and more and more and more. I guess step one would be make sure that your project works, make sure that it sounds like there's stuff playing. Now I will show you how to freeze something because while you should know how to freeze something, you might not, and that's totally okay. So right click on a channel, and you can do this with any amount of channels as long as they're in the same group. So like all these ones down at the bottom that aren't in a group, I can just click them and hit unfreeze, or just up here, this one that's already unfrozen, you just hit freeze track, and it went really fast because it was already frozen before. But depending on how many tracks you have frozen or are trying to freeze, it might take a while, but that's fine. Also, side note, if you don't freeze your stuff while you're working, which I don't do either, I really should, it speeds up your project times a million, like so much. So something to keep in mind. Like I said, I don't have anything labeled. Let's see what this group is. So I guess we could call this synths. Normally I have like a verse synth group. Thanks, Adam. Normally I have a verse synth group and a group for like drop synths, but whatever. I have my subgroup in here within the synths. That's also normally how I work. And then I have my side chains taking care of everything. But you know what? We're not going to go into a project breakdown now. This is just about demo roulette. So everything is frozen. Let's pretend like I labeled everything real pretty. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. I really wish I could turn off my text right now. So once we're done there, the next thing to do is I just like putting a loop box around the whole track. I don't know why. I'm not bouncing out a waveform or anything. You want to do collect all and save. And you'll see it says files from elsewhere, files from other projects, files from user library, files from factory packs. Check yes to all of them. Click OK. And normally it should come up with where you want to save. I don't know if I've collect all and saved this project before, but generally if you, or you know what else you could do just to make your life a little bit easier is you can save as, go into your projects and type in like this song is called Hot One. So Hot One for demo roulette, hit save. So that saves it as a copy. It's the same exact project, but it just saved it again in a separate place. So now you can collect all and save it again like that. And it's saving all of your freeze balances. It's saving all the samples that you have imported, whatever else, so that when I open up the project, it's just like it is on your computer. And then once you're done with that, you're good. I mean, that's basically it. Freeze all your tracks. Make sure you collect all and save. I didn't label all my stuff. I'm not going to put you guys through that right now. So now we're going to go back over here. And God, I really apologize that you guys are going to have to keep seeing Adam's texts. I see him every day. Anyways, I already have a box folder set up that says demo roulette submission, sub, whatever. So I'm going to hit upload. I'm going to upload a folder. I'm going to go into my projects. Hot One for demo roulette. Click. No, I'm not. I just showed you exactly what not to do. And I could just delete this part of the video and redo it. But then I would have to cut out all of the times Adam texted me. And honestly, I don't have time to edit this video like that. And you know what? This is raw. So the one giant step I forgot to tell you guys, and I'm going to add this to the splash page, is when you make your separate project and you collect all and save, or if it's even in the same project, you have to zip it. You have to zip it. You have to compress it. So compress Hot One for demo roulette. What is this? It's only 1.5 gigs. So it'll be done pretty soon. But the point of doing that is multiple things. One, then you can just, instead of me having to download 100 different files, I just download your zip. And like, this is a gig and a half project, right? But when you zip it up, if I go into properties, where is properties? Get info. It is 503 megs. So it cut the size of the project into a third. So that means you'll upload it way faster. That means I'll download it way faster. And then I can open up the project and run. So now that I have that, I can come over to here and I'll just drop it into Box, and it's uploading as we speak. And we'll wait for it to upload. And then once that's done, I'm going to take the link and put it in here. So while that's uploading, I'll do this. Admin at heybytethis.com if you ever want to say hi to me or Shara, our label manager. Discord username is, I want to say it's Young Jauz. That's normally my name for anything video game related, which sometimes Discord is. Any third-party plugins. I use FabFilter, Sound Toys, Serum, Massive, Analog Labs, blah, 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 blah. What would I like to see improved? Everything. I suck a lot. All right. Now that project is almost done. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, we're good. So now I'll just hit share. Copy. There's my link. And you're good to go. I would hit submit, but I don't need to send my project to myself. But that's all you need to do to be a part of Demo Roulette. And then make sure you go get in the Discord server. Get into the Demo Roulette channel. Maybe say something, hey, just, uploaded a project, blah, 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 super excited, whatever. And the second that we start getting in submissions, I'm going to start planning for a Demo Roulette. So if we get like 100 submissions all at once, the next Monday after we put out this video, I could very well be doing a Demo Roulette. So make sure that whether your project sucks, whether it doesn't, whether you think it's amazing, whether you think you don't know anything, it doesn't matter. Just send me your projects. I'm really excited to start this. I really want to get it done. If you have any questions about this, just go into the Discord and go into the Demo Roulette channel on Discord and ask questions, and there will be mods in there or myself, and I'll answer any questions I may have not covered in this video, although I feel like I would have had to because this video took forever. And I'm sorry you had to sit through it, but it is what it is. I'm super excited to get your submissions. Thank you so much. I can't wait to start Demo Roulette. See you guys real soon. Peace.